Okay, thank you for watching here on YouTube Live at Blooming Light at Blooming Tribe. If you're logging in live, the original air date is August the 14th. Yeah, Thursday, August the 14th, 2025, approximately 2:40. I want to say 2:40 p.m. Okay, so we're going to get into the discussion here in terms of how they use sickness and tiredness as a distraction, and I'll get into what I'm talking about when I say they and where I'm going with this in a minute. But before I do that, I do want to say that I do everything for a reason. There's usually a strategy behind everything that I do. I'm always testing. Okay, so now, this time with this live, what I did is I did a schedule. Sometimes I'll schedule the live, and other times I just more often than not, I just go live. I don't schedule. Okay. In this case, I decided to schedule it an hour out. And when you schedule on YouTube, it's going to show in the feed. And if someone is subscribed to you or they're coming on to your channel, they're going to see that you have a scheduled live at that time. So what I did today to once again test my theory with pattern recognition and just being observant of my son's surroundings and the various things that I've been experiencing, that they have really worked hard to try to make it seem like I am maybe just being extra paranoid or tripping. So I did that, and within not even 10 minutes, it's always between 5 to 10 minutes at the most, not beyond 5 to 10 minutes that I schedule it, did I catch somebody. Yep. So see, this time what they were trying to do is, since they're following everything that I do, they're trying to go, okay, well, she scheduled this time, so we're not going to go while, within that 5-10 minutes as she starts. So I scheduled the live this time, giving an hour, and 5 to 10 minutes, someone was caught by my son's patio. Just like that. And this time though, I'm having a different approach. It's already been reported, and I got the evidence of the dog pooping and the person not picking it up, and the direction in which they came from and the direction in which they returned to. It's recorded. And it was all recorded from inside my son's unit. But again, it was at his patio, the grass, because there's lots of grass. It wasn't on the sidewalk. It was, I can't say with the feet, but very close. It was, of course, it wasn't at the rail, okay, but it was very close. Now, that's not typically the place that you would walk your dogs to. There's actual dog park in this complex, by the way. Okay, that's just something that needs to be said. And typically that wouldn't even be the place. There's even some people who go across the street. I don't know if it's legal to do it on that property, but I have seen people go into that field and walk their dogs and let the dogs do their pee and their poopy and stuff like that. So there's really no reason to walk your dog or your sister's dog or your cousin's dog or your girlfriend's dog. There's no reason to be walking, because see, now I think some of these women are sending their boyfriends, their brothers, their uncles, their cousins, their sons, or their friends, boyfriend, cousin, whatever you want to call it, okay? And so there would have been no reason to, if you're a resident or if you're a friend of the resident, to walk the dog in front of my son's patio at that particular spot and stop and face the street. Call the dog, because I saw the whole thing, and I recorded it. And I reported it. Yep. To stop, call the dog back. Snap. 1, 2, 3. Call the dog back because the dog had went past him. He stood there facing the street in front of my son's unit at the patio that on that backside. The dog went past him, called the dog back, so the call with the snap, so the dog came back, stopped and shit, and I took the whole recording. And then they left. I took that recording as well. Why am I sharing that? Because collective, whoever you are when you get to this video, or investigators or whoever, because I'm learning that there's all sorts of energies that sometimes will come on this stuff. So I'm sharing these things from the way that I'm learning, okay? I did something a little bit different, and when I do something different, they attempt to address to do the same thing. But this is also how you know that they are watching me online. So there's a few things that I'm accomplishing with it, okay? So, because typically I just come on live. That's it. There's no pre-notice, at least on YouTube. Most of the time I'm just on. And then they get people get notified, or they'll click on, you know. But this time I was like, let me schedule it. Because I was listening to some frequencies. I was dealing with my son, dealing with the cat. So I said, well, let me schedule it and, you know, just relax and and we'll go from there. And as I sat there, that's how I caught the pattern. It was like, bing, I clicked, you know, my button too, because when you're done, it goes, you schedule, you put all the stuff in, and then it hits done. And when you hit done, then anyone who goes onto your channel, or if they're subscribing, they see what you're scheduling, your upcoming videos, or what your lives are. See that? This is useful information because it needs to be known that targeted populations aren't imagining things. They're not paranoid. They're not grandiose. They're not looking for trouble or being a troublemaker. In fact, it's the other way around. And this is something that needs to be said because, again, I mean, these are grown-ups. We're not talking, you grown. Okay? Etiquette. Some of this stuff should be basic. That's what I'm saying. You grown. You old. So there's really no reason. And if, like, you know, just for shits and giggles, let's play with the idea of, oh, you know, whatever. Let's try to play with the BS excuse that they're going to try to cough up. Let's play with it. You grown. You're an adult. That's not the spot in front of your unit. It's not the spot in front of your friend's unit, your mama's unit, your sister's unit. You're an adult, whatever the connection, whatever the relation. Pick up your shit. That was intentional. I wouldn't be surprised if it's directly connected to the dirty diaper people. I mean, the guy and the dog is all recorded, so they'll know who they are. It's unfortunate, but again, so sometimes the targeted population has to start, because otherwise, and it's very delicate, you know, because if you start, they try to bait you into so many different things to make it seem like you're stalking them, when in fact, it's them stalking you. So in this case, I kind of like the way it happened because, again, I'm sitting at the desk, but I'm facing, I can see everything going on. Okay? And just like people got cameras on their patios. I've seen people that's got sophisticated cameras on their patios. So that's recording shiznit. So basically anybody that's going to be coming up on a get up is going to be on TV. I mean, you know what I'm saying, in terms of their security system. So I like that it happened this way versus, the whole baiting and trying to get, yeah, it's like, no, it's gonna be, it's crystal clear. And these are the parts, this is part of the little petty stuff that we talk about in the targeted population community, and we talk about all the strategies and tactics and why they do it, the petty things, the handlers, the noisemakers, the disruptors, the all of the various tactics that they use. Now I want to ask this question to the universe, to those of you who come on here at some point, because I'm certainly not talking to any of these people or any other fucked up motherfucker. I don't consent to nothing they got, nothing they own. Boom, bam, boom. The end. But ask yourself the questions out there. We'll get into what the actual discussion and reading is here in a little bit, or I might end it and come back. But ask the question, see, now for all intensive purposes, if you were to look, these people be having on, cardigans and, for all intensive purposes, when you're looking with your natural eyes, most of these people seem very well put together. They have professions, they, all of those things. So it's supposed to be giving you an aura or an essence that they're together motherfuckers, that they're, you see what I'm saying? Adult, sound, grounded. No mental health niggles. So what reason now would they have to do that? We have to start asking the real questions. What reason would they have to do that? Because I don't know these people. I have no relationships with these people. Okay? I've never had I haven't even had encounters for the most part with most of these people, other than passerby and, type deals. So I don't know these people. My son don't know these people. So what would be the motivation for that? What's driving them to want to put shitty diapers and dog shit in front of my son's patio? As these together adult people. Hopefully the world starts to get past all these things, because that's the whole point. We expect people that's troubled in the mind or that would be prone to doing these types of things to have a certain look about them. What kind of people are stalkers like that? Stalking is pre-murder. I'm going to say it again. Stalking is pre-murder. Now, ask the question, are these people together and sound as you think then? Let's say these people have an issue with me, even though I don't know them personally and have had no encounters with them. But let's say they have an issue with me because they are one of my social media stalkers and they don't like the stuff that they're hearing. Or let's say they blame me because they're one of my stalkers, and the stuff that they're hearing, they feel and believe that it's what's created an issue with whatever it is they were trying to do. Here's the point though, even if it was true or accurate, as sound and stabilized adults, is that really how you handle your problems? Is that how you handle you don't like something in somebody as a stabilized, professional, career-having adult? So it's to reveal, I've been saying this for some time, the world is going to get a whole new fresh perspective on what mental health and mental illnesses look like. Obsession is a mental illness. Stalking is pre-murder. Because look, let's say, like I said, just for an example, if I stumbled across somebody's, let's say I was watching somebody on social media and I didn't like their shit, and I felt like whatever they were doing and saying was messing up my shit. Okay. And there it is. It's dropped. Oh, okay. If they don't know me and I don't know them personally, okay, well, if the shoe fits. But I'm not gonna go put no dog shit on their yard. I'm not gonna become their stalker waiting for every time they decide to go live and try to plot my shit around all that. But that's because there's soundness. Anywho, so that's that. Hopefully whoever you all are out there and you see this video, these are some of the things you can put in your toolkit in terms of what does it actually look like when they're really following you that closely. There's ways you can catch their pattern. And in this case, they thought that they would be smart because I scheduled the live. So instead of waiting for me to go live and come and do what they typically have been doing within 5 and 10 minutes, when I go live, they decided to switch it up. And as soon as I hit schedule to go and do whatever their next, shenanigans was to do. So if any of you out there are wondering, have any of these people stopped? No. As far as I am seeing and experiencing up to this very moment, they have not stopped none of it. They haven't stopped. They've been doing spells today. I can feel and sense when that's happening. So they've been doing spell work today. They have been swarming, going in circles, Northwest Parkway, Old Dowling Road, the entrance way and exit way of Delta Manor, both on car and on foot. They have, earlier this morning, they were at their regularly scheduled program with the disruption upstairs and making all the noises. They do it all day, all times of the night. That hasn't changed. When they're there or when they have someone there. And as usual, patrolling my son's patio area, attempting to be slick. I believe that one of the things they do is there's the hallway to the right where the stairs are. And if you stand on there on the second floor, you can kind of throw stuff that way as well as throwing stuff from up. And I think that's some of what they're doing. And then late at night, they send like the crackheads or the dope fiends or the people who really just don't give a fuck because they fucked up themselves, and they'll come and, you know, actually do shit on that balcony, on that patio. Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna say it again. Now, is that sound behavior? Does that sound like people who are godly, spiritual, mentally sound, well and grounded? Because that's how they deal with their problems. When they don't like something, when they don't like something, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. But once again, you are going to have to remember, if you're trying to just look at these people on the surface, they're not going to have on a badge that says, I do that kind of shit. And they're not going to even look like someone that you would associate with that type of shit. Most of the time. Most of the time, they look like just regular Joe Schmoes, like everyday people. They have an appearance of soundness and groundedness. But their behavior says different. So they ain't get no home training. Like, this is the kind of stuff I be thinking about. I'm like, everybody's so all that, but like, you don't have no home training. So sophisticated. Anywho, I'm going to end this. And I'm going to do a whole nother one, the same picture and all that, so we can get into the actual discussion and what this is all about. Well.